The Trump administration out in force today, touting the job creation benefits of proposed tariffs on steel and aluminum. President Trump's top trade advisor says the plan will revive an industry neglected and, frankly, in crisis for far too long.
Donald Trump stood up courageously for the American worker, and it's about time. We've had 17 years where we've lost millions of jobs due to bad trade deals and high tariffs. We're losing our aluminum and steel industries. We need to get them back. We need to hold on to them. That's what yesterday was about.
Our next guest says steel tariffs have been used effectively before, can help the American worker without hurting consumers. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross with us tonight. Mr. Secretary, I have to say you and the president and your whole administration are patient people. I have listened to some of the idiocy emanating from the business media about these proposed tariffs on aluminum and steel, and it's quite clear they have no concept of what a sovereign nation does to defend its middle class, its working people, its small business, and its manufacturers.
Well, they absolutely do not, but I think we're gradually starting to educate them, and when the world doesn't fall apart after the steel and aluminum tariffs, perhaps they then will understand it.
Well, isn't it amazing that some of these wags actually are worried about retaliation or a trade war? They don't realize the mercantilist trade policies of Germany and China are a trade war that has been raging for years now against the United States, and this country is paying trillions of dollars as a result, losing that trillions of dollars in wealth from our own economy.
It's absolutely true, Lou. Just take the smaller example of Mexico. Mexico's not a particularly large country, right, but since NAFTA came into effect, our cumulative trade deficit with Mexico is over $1 trillion. That's just Mexico. Forget about China, forget about Europe. It's many, many trillions. If that money instead had gone for infrastructure, think how much better off this country would be.
Without question. And I'm sure, I'm absolutely certain that most Americans don't realize the United States of America hasn't run a trade surplus since 1975. And you have all of the corporatists and the U.S. multinationals, as represented by the Business Roundtable in particular, clucking and clacking about the president wanting to absolutely quit squandering this nation's wealth, whether it's in foreign wars, in Middle Eastern conflicts that go on without end, or whether it is simply shipping millions of our jobs overseas and in trade deficits, cutting into the wealth of the nation as expressed by our GDP each year.
Well, absolutely. We should be exporting products instead of exporting jobs, which is what we've been doing for the last 44 years.
And
it's just terrible.
These tariffs, how soon do they go into place? And what do you expect to be the response of our trading partners?
Well, they would go into effect very quickly once the president signs the documents.
Right.
He's announced that that will be next week sometime. Statutorily, he must put them into effect within 15 days. But I know he's quite anxious to get it done.
Right.
So I very much doubt that he'll wait 15 days.
And our trading partners, I mentioned Germany. They have lived on this country and our trade deficit with Germany for decades. And there has to be an accounting. There is an imbalance here that is just staggering, whether we're looking at the European Union and its member countries, whether we're looking at China and parts of Asia. This is a time to address these issues. We have companies like Apple, for crying out loud, putting 500,000 jobs, at one time 700,000 jobs in China instead of here, because they're arbitraging labor costs.
Right. Well, here's what I think people are missing. What people are missing is that jobs are the issue. Jobs are the purpose of these tariffs and strengthening America's economy. General Mattis has been very fond and very correct in saying strong economy here equals strong national defense. You cannot have strong national defense without a strong economy here. And the impact
without
of
the
these
ability
tariffs
to manufacture steel. And I think I should point out here too, as we wrap up, Mr. Secretary, China produces often more steel than the rest of the world combined. And they are dumping that steel. They subsidize those industries. They are state-run by any measure, reasonable measure, and dumping steel below costs in this economy and others around the world. It is truly a crisis, and China has known this country would have to react for a very long time.
China produced more steel in 1 month last year than we produced in the whole year.
Right.
And yet they aren't as large an economy as we are. That's part of the reason why they are exporting so much steel, and it's a very similar story in aluminum.
Right.
We can get those jobs back, but also we've gotten very encouraging feedback from customers of the steel industry. The pipe and tube people have told me that they expect to add 7,000 jobs if we put the 232 through.
And the
Zekelman Industries, one of the larger pipe and tube people, has announced they are going to pay a $1,000 bonus to every one of their 2,300 employees simply because of the tariffs.
Mr. Secretary, you had me at trillions of dollars that have been squandered because of the idiotic trade policies, so-called free trade policies, that have been pursued by the good people in Washington, D.C. of both parties who have been bought and paid for by U.S. multinationals. I want to congratulate you and your administration for making America first again. Thank you, Secretary Wilbur Ross.